how to reset your brain in order to learn grammar from zero. And so literally, I've started learning German 1 week and 2 days ago. And one thing that I've noticed is that, yeah, there's a lot of similarities with English, but also there's a lot of differences. I've been studying Japanese for 2 years, English for 4 years. 9 days ago, more or less, I've started learning German too. And since I am a calisthenics athlete, I consider myself a disciplined person and I want to help people get disciplined through the learning of a language. And so the first thing that we're going to be talking about is you need to not think like your previous self. And so literally you have to change your entire self in order to basically reset your brain. And so what do I mean by this is that if you think in English whenever you're learning some type of sentence in German or in Japanese, you're going to find that it's actually kind of difficult. But if you think like a baby, you know for a fact that a baby doesn't really have previous knowledge of anything. And so if you think like a baby, it will be much easier. And so let's say, because in German there's this kind of weird thing, right? In which when you describe an action, that action goes at the end of the sentence, right? And so, for example, if I want to say I knew that, I will say that knew at the end of the sentence, which is kind of weird. I will have never know that, right? If I were thinking in English all the time, right? Of course, I watch some translations of the sentence that I'm studying, right? I watch some translations of the words that I'm studying. Of course, that makes sense. But if you always try to put the same logic of English to your German, it will be much more difficult to learn a language, right? And so my piece of advice for you here in this video is don't put your same logic into the language that you're learning and literally try to put your brain on zero. Think of yourself as a person who doesn't know anything, and if you try to learn the language in that way, you're not going to put any biases that you already have into the language that you're learning. Because the worst thing that you can do to learn a language is put any type of biases, right? So that's it for the video. Be sure to give a like, subscribe, all of those things. Bye.